Now I am determined to create a Kusama world that no one has ever set foot in. Yayoi Kusama. In May 2018, Yayoi Kusama's untitled painting from 1962 was expected to fetch between $7 million and $10 million when it hit the auction block at Sotheby's Contemporary Evening Sale in New York. The price for this work broke the auction record Kusama set 2 years earlier at Christie's in New York, where her 1960 painting White No. 28 was sold for $7.1 million. That sale made Kusama one of the most expensive female artists in the world by auction. Like much of Kusama's work, Untitled 1962 demonstrates her interest in repetitive patterns, which she says can be attributed in part to her obsessive-compulsive neurosis. The painting, created shortly after Kusama's arrival in New York, depicts egg crates arranged side by side, with padding between cardboard boxes and ink splattered on them. This is one of the few works Kusama has ever made from egg cartons. Another similar work is in the collection of the Blanton Museum of Art in Austin, Texas, USA / the Blanton Museum of Art in Austin, Texas, USA. According to Sotheby's, the work was sold by a major private collector. It was notably included in a traveling retrospective of Kusama that made stops at the Museo Nacional Centro de Arte Reina Sofia, Madrid, the Tate Modern in London, and the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York, and was also shown in the 2009 Guggenheim Museum exhibition The Third Mind, American Artists Contemplate Asia, 1860–1989 The Third Mind, American Artists Contemplate Asia, 1860–1989. Yayoi Kusama, Untitled, 1962. Article on art wizard Yayoi Kusama, Untitled. 1962. Yayoi Kusama became the most expensive living artist of all time with the sale of White 28 of her iconic Infinity Nets/Infinity Nets series for $7.1 million in 2018. The co-creator with Louis Vuitton broke the record set 3 years earlier by selling Katie Nolan's painting Oswald/Katie Nolan for $6.6 million at Christie's. Yayoi Kusama, White No. 28, 1929. Reflecting the quiet repetition that went into her creation, White No. 28 stimulates introspection and transcendence and lulls viewers into a meditative state. Written in 1929, White No. 28 is an early work in Kusama's pioneering networks of infinity series and dates back to the formative period of the artist's career, when she first developed the motifs and themes that came to define her work. Kusama had moved to New York 2 years earlier, in the summer of 1958. Kusama had settled in New York with a collection of small drawings and gouaches made in Japan, mostly consisting of still lives, flowers, portraits, dots and polka dot patterns, which hinted at her academic training in Japanese Nihonga painting. However, when she began working in New York, during the heyday of abstract expressionism, together with new artists such as Donald Judd, Claes Oldenburg, and Eva Hesse, the format of Kusama's paintings increased in size and began to combine the principle of solid composition with repeated signs and patterns. Undoubtedly influenced by a move from her small Japanese town to the pulsating metropolis of New York, her new surroundings ignited Kusama's creative passions and inspired her to create works that fit her new home. Yayoi Kusama holds the auction price record for all living female artists, also because the actual selling prices of her work have exceeded pre-sale estimates. Her yellow and black 1990 painting Pumpkin sold at Phillips Auction House for £170,000 or £206,500 including the buyer's premium, well above the high estimate of £70,000. 2 days earlier, her 2006 painting Infinity Nets, Quaff, valued at up to £350,000, had sold at Christie's for a hammer price of £400,000 or £482,500, including the premium. Yayoi Kusama, Pumpkin 1990. Article on art wizard Yayoi Kusama, Pumpkin 1990. Kusama's love of pumpkins is unique because of her art and psychological perception of the outside world, as the pumpkin evokes the illusion of depth through crisp lines and contrasting colors. The combination of black and yellow and red and white are iconic color schemes that are firmly associated with Kusama's prolific oeuvre. Blurring the lines between representation and abstraction, Kusama's iconic polka dot pattern is very carefully stained to recreate the rib texture of pumpkin skin. Recalling 17th-century still-life paintings of everyday fruits, vegetables and flowers, Kusama pushes the boundaries of this indigenous genre by embracing the pop aesthetic of commercialized Japanese art. Reconciling contrasting cultural contexts, through painstaking technique, Kusama demonstrates his obsessive patience and ability to transcend genres. The total turnover of Kusama's work as of January 2021 is $194,977,508, with most sold between $100,000 and $500,000, 174 in all, while 40 have sold for between $1 million and $5 million, and 3 have sold for more than $5 million. Her most expensive work ever sold is Interminable Net No. 4 of 1959, which sold $4 6 foot 751 634 at Sotheby's Hong Kong auction in 2019, followed by No. Red B of 1960 for $6,064,460, sold at Sotheby's Hong Kong in 2015, Pumpkin, Topot, of 2010, sold for $5,859,909 at Sotheby's Hong Kong in 2019, and Untitled of 1972, which sold at Sotheby's Hong Kong auction in 2017 for $4,608,432. It sold the most art in 2016, with 184, and 135 in 2019.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so as not to miss the most interesting